Welcome back to the Rock and Roll channel. I thought I'd do a quick check-in tonight after the game. Sorry about that. Fix this hat up. Thought I'd do a little quick check-in. I know a lot of the other sites are going now. War chant. My friend Brian Smith's probably going right now. Just to promote some other Knowles because I think as an FSU community we should do that. Knowles 247 guys. So I thought I'd just do a little quick recap and my thoughts on the James Franklin stuff today. Was I surprised about the Franklin stuff? No. But let's just real quick talk about the game because hey, FSU won, and wins don't come by that often these days, so you got to enjoy it while you can. Went out, took care of business against a 3-6 opponent like you should. A little sluggish for his first quarter to be kind of expected. That's how we play. And I'm not trying to knock them. I just expected that, but we pulled away like the better team should have. The Castellanos played okay. There were a couple throws he had again where we were like, oh boy. Deuce Robinson, the guy is just unbelievable. Wow. I mean, he is so fun to watch out there. Running game got the job done. Singleton, man, another good game for Sam Singleton. You wonder where he was earlier in the year, but I guess it's kind of understandable because Gus really rotates running backs a lot. So I guess he just couldn't get in the rotation earlier in the year. But it was nice to see this one. Defense did really well tonight. Jerry Wilson, really, really good game. That interception early was very helpful. D-line got pressured tonight. Nice to see that fourth down stop at the end. Even in a game where you should beat that opponent, it's nice to see, a fourth down stop like that at the end. So I was happy to see that. And you know what? I'm happy for the seniors on senior day. They got to walk off the field at Doak as winners. It's been a tough go for these seniors. No question about that. So, for tonight, man, they got to enjoy this one, and I'm happy for them. And, I don't think Virginia Tech's that bad a team. Yeah. But the real talk before the game wasn't the matchup today. It was really today, as far as the real talk I talk about. Came out first thing this morning from Pete Thamel from ESPN, who's generally one of the guys who really – there's a few guys in the industry that if they tweet something, it's the real deal. And Pete's one of those guys. Pete, Brett McMurphy, maybe one or two other people, but Pete's one of those guys. He's like the top insider. When he drops the tweet, that's when you go, oh boy, something's happening. So it talked about how James Franklin has entered into negotiations with Virginia Tech. Yeah, he seemed to be good on the feet tonight. Yeah, there were some throws could have been made, but overall he played fine tonight. I agree with you, Codese. He did what he had to do. And I'm happy to. Yeah, 5 wins now. You win one of your last 2 games, you're in a bowl, and for us, that's a big deal. Obviously, we haven't won on the road in 2 years. So I know NC State got blown out today by Miami, but Raleigh's always been a tough place for us to go to. And Florida, man, took Ole Miss to a tough one tonight on the road. So that's going to be tough too. But I guess some people can see it as we're 3 wins better than we were last year. Appreciate the comments there, Codese. But yeah, so James Franklin has entered negotiations with Tech, but they're, quote, going to continue their search. So, in my humble opinion, and I don't have any sources on this or anything, I truly feel that means that he would like the Florida State job. It's not open yet or at all. We don't know. But obviously, I think that's where he wants to be. And that's a way of his agent, Jimmy Sexton, who's the mastermind. What keep doing that? Anyway, the mastermind to get that out there from Pete Thamel. And that might pressure Florida State into, if they're gonna move on from Mike, and he's their guy. That's not really didn't make sense there. Basically, they're trying to pressure Florida State into, if we're gonna go for James, we better do it now, or he may not be available in a few weeks or a month. That Virginia Tech would want him, and I think that's legit. I think Virginia Tech would love to have James Franklin. But I don't know if he wants them. So I don't know how legit that is as far as him wanting him go there. I think he might take the job if Florida State doesn't come open. Because I think he really wants to be a coach still. So a lot of people keep thinking that tonight was the last game for Mike, no matter what. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna have a Pete Thamel tweet tomorrow. Could be wrong. Maybe they wanted to give Mike, one last night in Doak. Anything's possible. I would be shocked now. I understand some coaches do get fired after a win. Jimbo uh, won his last game at A&M. He was fired. That's why I don't think tonight is in is a way to say, "Oh, Mike's staying for next year." No, like you're supposed to be. You were supposed to be Virginia Tech tonight. You were 13.5 point favorite. Um, the James Franklin toss is going to get interesting now. If he's the guy they want, there right now the job is not open at Florida State. And the thing today that was frustrating was, it was my fault in a way too. It was everybody on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, was an insider. Everybody's like, "Oh, we can't have him," or "Yep, this is it," and that's why Madison Social. Props to them. They had the funniest tweet today. Madison Social, if you're not familiar with that place, never in Tallahassee, is a bar and restaurant right by the stadium. They're great, great people. Highly recommend that place. I love it. Had a funny tweet saying, "Oh wow, woke up to so many insiders today," and it was just a funny, funny tweet. Um, yeah, I wonder where things are at with Mike. What they have to fall back on is they said at the end of the year they would do that comprehensive assessment. Sean McGuire. I wonder if it's the Sean McGuire who played at Florida State. No, I doubt it. But regardless, Sean McGuire, my opinion is that James Franklin is going to Virginia Tech. Whoever lost this game got him. I don't know about that because I think it's whatever job's available more than like they made the joke before the game. I see where you're coming from, Sean. That um, they called it the James Franklin Bowl. I don't know about that. I don't even know if James would be my first choice. I think he's an upgrade over Mike right now, but that's not saying that much. And I'm not trying to be rude to Mike. If it comes across that way, oh well. But with the job not being open, we don't know who the other candidates are. The only reason James' name seems to keep coming up because he's available now, and that's the one that just seems to keep getting mentioned. Maybe there's some reason for that. Maybe Vatek is a big smokescreen. Um, Jimmy Sexton's a mastermind. He always is 3 steps ahead of everybody, whether you like it or not. So you just never know. And the stuff with Lane, people, is he staying? Is he not? Jimmy's really good at breeding speculation, and that if he's trying to pressure Florida State into making a move, this is what you do. You make it sound like, hey man, if you don't get him, there's another school ready to go to take him. Where it's not the case of, yeah, he's available now if you make the call. And he's putting the pressure on Florida State, and that's what a good agent does. To get the most amount of money for his client and or her client, and to breed, that type of interest. Um, uh, and I wouldn't mind Franklin. A lot of people like it from the recruiting standpoint. Um, I just don't want to break the bank to get him. So that's where my head's at a little there. But do we need to move on from Mike? Yeah, tonight didn't like change my mind there. And if it did, if like tonight's performance made you say, "Oh, we need to keep Norvell," like, man, you're talking about the eternal optimist. But right now, man, I see 72 watching, man, and that means a lot to me, man. I really appreciate it. There's lots of other options right now, and I appreciate it. If you watch this later tonight or tomorrow, man, still drop comments in there. I always get back to everybody after this is over. I love to get back to people, have banter. Had some interesting comments this week on some stuff. Had some really positive stuff too. Either way, I love it all. I love it all. Have some people that just jump on just to insult Florida State. It is what it is. When you're struggling like we are, I guess that comes with the territory. But I had a lot of positive comments too, man. A lot of positive comments from people this week, and I want to thank all those people, man. It really fired me up. It made me say today, man, I want to be home tonight for the end of the game, just to do a quick recap and my thoughts on the game. And then the James Franklin stuff came up again. So I just wanted to talk about that a little. I don't think we're going to hear anything tomorrow from Florida State. Some people think so. Nobody really knows. I think unless you're like that 8 or 10 people with the admin in the school, you don't know. Like even War Chant is backing off a little more now because their attitude is, "What's the point? The job's not available." So and I agree with them, even though I'd love to learn more or know where people's heads are at. It makes sense to be that way. Yeah, err on the side of caution. Um, that's why I would love to know if we do make a move, who the other candidates are. I don't want to hear that it's just James Franklin and we only go after him. Like I want to know that, man, we did a full search and he was the best choice. I'm fine with it then. Um, but there's so many variables people forget, man. It's not just the AD. The AD has to get approval from the president, and the top board of trustees people have to give approval, and there's a lot involved. And especially, man, when you're dealing with the kind of money that we're going to be dealing with to move on from Mike, if it were to happen, I'm qualifying everything because, man, is there a possibility he comes back next year? Yeah. Um, Yeah, there is a possibility. If anyone thinks that it's definite, it's going to happen. Yeah, I just like to talk from both scenarios here. Um, so that's what I think. I think don't expect to hear any news tomorrow. Am I going to be dialed in checking? Yeah, I just don't think Florida State would fire him the day after a win. I don't. Um, Anything's possible. Maybe he's been told something. I don't know. I mean, we can say what we want about this administration, and I trust Peter Collins and these guys. Peter Collins, president of the board of trustees, has a big say in everything, but they are so good also at keeping their cards close to the vest. The leaks that used to get out just don't really get out anymore. Uh, they're good at it. They are very good at that. And so I just assume until we hear something, man, we just don't know. It's like in pro wrestling when you hear all these rumors of someone returning. Um, you can talk about it nonstop, but until they actually come out, it hasn't happened. So until Mike really does get canned, it's all speculation. Um, I found the James Franklin stuff interesting today, very interesting, because I waited for the quote to say it's going to happen or expect it to happen, um, and you didn't see that. You just saw that they've negotiated with him. And I'm sure they talked to other coaches too. So that's why I found that part interesting. It almost seemed like a smoke signal FSU, like better make a move. Um, and that's what you're dealing with Jimmy Sexton. So it's gonna keep this short. Hope to get my friend Brian Smith on again this week with Locked On Seminoles. If you're looking for other Noel stuff, check out his channel, Locked On Seminoles. Brian does a fantastic job. Try to talk to TJ Pittenger again. He's a busy dude. He came on this week and we had a great chat. And yeah, those are other great sources for FSU information. Recommend them. So if you're watching this after, thank you. If you're watching this now, thank you. If you're watching this after I sign off, please still drop comments because I get back to everybody. I love the banter. Once again, thank you to the people who really gave me some awesome messages this week. Just fired me up, man. It really made me happy. So hey, go Knowles. Great win tonight. I'll take the win. It was nice that it wasn't a nail biter. Took care of business and hey, glad for the seniors to be able to walk off the field tonight at Doak with a victory. Last year's group didn't get to do that, so you got to appreciate it this year. Friday night game this week. Oh boy. But that's it for now. And if anything crazy does happen tomorrow, I'm gonna be ready to go and give my 2 cents. So once again, thank you everybody, and I'll talk to you later. And go Knowles.